Yeah.
Okay, so moving on to what Connor came in with a hard drink with.
Oh, you mean the thing we're actually here to talk about?
Yeah.
Hey, on to Toradora.
Toradora! So we're gonna have our actual again. We'll do a We're gonna condense a speedcast here.
A speedcast.
5-minute recommendations. We already summarized it last time, and now we're back for the second half.
Okay.
We're back for the second half, and now we have our non-spoiler impressions.
If you can get through the first 3 episodes, fucking go for it. Just do it.
If you don't watch a lot of romance and you're somewhat interested in it, I'd say this is a decent starting point. This or My Little Monster. I'd personally... Are we rating right now?
I'll give it a minute.
Give it a minute?
Because you know why?
Talk about it.
Because the thing is, while I was watching it, my rating did go down. And then it went back up.
It went down? Like, it only went up for me, but, like, I felt like I disliked more characters this arc. And it was the characters I liked before. Because they all decided that we just need to get worse so that Taiga looks better now.
No, see, it started going worse for me because I was getting really frustrated about the cliches and the plot points, and I was like, this is so stupid.
Okay.
And then it started going...
Are we talking about part 2 or the whole series now?
Whole series in general. Okay. I'm taking this as a whole series.
Because I have some stuff to say about part 2, but I'll
part 2 specifically, it made me go, like, while I was watching it, it went down, and then it went back up because I realized something about this show where every aspect that's not the romance aspect of this show, I greatly enjoyed. Because the thing is, I don't want to admit it, I was sitting at that table, and because of my huge amount of empathy towards things, I just started tearing up at very specific moments towards the end.
Dude.
That had nothing to do with the romance.
I guess we are just talking about part 2. I really enjoyed the new characters they threw in, like the little tiny side characters. I felt like they added way more to the story.
You mean the characters who are always there, but just
just never said anything?
Weren't around.
They actually brought the story to life, and I felt like they actually kept it like fun and interesting. Because they weren't trying to, like, make their characters really... Because every one of the fun characters from before became stupidly, like, angsty at this point. And it was really odd.
But yeah, so...
Okay, a lot of series do that, though.
I know.
Like, take a series turn over time. Like,
it doesn't mean it's a good thing.
Yeah.
But here's the thing.
Soul Eater did it.
But the thing is, here's what I'm saying. It went down,
Dude, just compare the 2 openings and you'll have your answer.
Fair enough.
And, like, that is very representative of the turn the show took,
But, to be fair, I really like when Stein did it in Soul Eater.
Well, Stein's a badass.
Yeah.
But, as I was saying, I'm pretty sure this anime went down, and then it went up, like, right at the end for me, so it stayed, and my rating, I still stands at, like, 5.5 to 6 out of 10.
This got better for me. It went up to like a 6 or higher, like 6 to 6.5.
I
despise it that it got better because that's the reason why people like it so much, and they just don't remember the first half. That I'm convinced, but
I did not like that second half as much.
Watching the dub, I fucking like Taiga went way better for me. I enjoyed listening to her way more in the dub because she actually sounds like a little girl. It's insane.
Connor switched to the dub partway through,
and she sounds like I don't know. Like some people might hate it, but I thought she sounded really good in the dub.
So what you do is you pick and choose. We got to do the audio edit where you take the best voice actors of each one. It's like Gurren Lagann. You take every voice actor except for Kamina and just replace it with the original Japanese.
I'm not sure if it was the second half, but I thoroughly enjoyed the dub more. Like by far.
Interesting.
It had a lot more life and character to it, and Taiga didn't sound like she had like a fucking... oh god, I almost said cock shoved down her throat.
That would have been a bit terrible.
Yeah. So, before we move on to spoilers, because we've been encroaching on that territory, give your ratings.
I already did.
6 out of 10.
Okay.
Damn, I'm the highest one here.
No, okay.
I'm going for the objective here.
My ratings
I went for objective.
My ratings are completely messed up, and you should never listen to them unless you go and look at all my ratings at once. Otherwise...
Yeah. No, the thing is,
Also, as we've done the podcast, my ratings have steadily gotten worse and worse. Not because the shows are getting worse and worse.
Because we've just seen more things.
Because I'm deciding to grade harder. Like, if we went back and gave ratings to a lot of the stuff we watched previously, I would drop them quite a bit
Is that just because you're watching a lot more now?
No, it's because I went through at one point, and I went to my anime list, and I looked at everything I've watched, and I rated them all based on their relativity to each other, and how instead of just, like,
how good they are.
general enjoyment when I first watched it.
So I think it's like you're moving away from like how you were, and now you're actually like going, okay, this is what I actually think of these shows.
Yeah.
But back then it was kind of your biases.
It's
in,
like
like-
the honeymoon phase with a show, I guess you could call it. If we
Yeah,
were to use a strange expression like that.
You take
isn't that an apt expression?
That's why you have to.
this
For
show.
me, that's why all my top anime I've seen more than once because Steins Gate, Full Metal, Gurren.
Also, I did
Gurren,
not hate
Samurai
Gurren.
Flamenco, and Working. I've seen
Yeah.
all on multiple bases, and I know for a fact that yes, these are my favorite things. Like
Yeah.
I've come to a level of enjoyment from
What
that.
about you guys? Did you despise the ending?
Of Toradora?
I thought it was okay,
Oh.
honestly.
I didn't
I
hate
have
it,
words,
but I didn't love it.
Here's my issue with
I was mad and then I was
have a
less
very
mad.
huge issue with endings, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I just, like, I heard you say, like, someone despised it or something. I
Oh
was like,
yeah, no,
really?
because the thing is,
I was like, it's not that bad, honestly.
no, the thing is, like,
It's like,
while
you just need patience.
here's the funniest
Yeah.
thing,
Like,
since we started watching Toradora, for some reason, I've seen so many posts within the last 2 weeks on Reddit of people like talking about how much they didn't like the Toradora ending.
I saw that with Lane a bit, like, the few days after we stopped.
For some reason, things that
I think
I've
they're
watched.
around a lot.
But
and
we just
you
don't know it.
What's that effect called? There's a name for that.
I don't want to even internet search that.
Yeah, I don't want to try to search that either. It's
sounds
too
terrible.
vague to find. But
No, I understand the effect is like it's
Yeah.
when you start noticing something, you start seeing it everywhere.
exactly.
The 11/11 effect.
When you
We'll call
meet
it
a
that.
person and then you start seeing them everywhere.
I knew it bugs the shit out of me.
Dude, there was this girl I liked, and like as soon as I like mentioned to one of my friends I like liked her, like I knew 50 people who knew her that I didn't know knew her before or some shit like that. I was like, God dang it.
Somehow.
No, it's the same thing with
And it
me.
was funny because that was about the same time that our relationship went to like this really shitty, what's it called? Drama filled
Film.
thing, which is great because it's totally like Toradora. Sorry.
No,
Irrelevant.
yeah, God damn it, you